Well, there's been a chilling effect on the Atlanta biker set, as we all know, because there's been a horrible um, conflict that has occurred. And two young men have lost their lives, another man in the hospital, and actually a couple guys, 5 people in all shot. It's already had a chilling effect on the set. Someone told me they were out at TGIF the other day. Normally they get down on like a Tuesday. It used to be Wednesday nights, but they get down on like a Tuesday night, and all indications were everything was dead out there. I don't know how pseudos went last night, but these are the places they hang out at, and so there is, everybody is not doing well here, and folks want to know: is the peace broken? Is there going to be any respite this summer in Atlanta, in the Atlanta area? So we do have some news in that regard, and we'll be talking about that when we come right back after this brief introduction. We'll be talking about that and some other things this morning. Did you know, for instance, that Elon Musk, the great hatchet guy with the axe, might be looking for a job soon himself? Man. Bunch of stuff this morning. I'm Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in since 2016. We'll be right back in a minute and 7 seconds after this brief introduction.
Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe to get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up when this YouTube Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started the baby, he repping Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for the best from the mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the mighty Black Sabbath. MC, we're paid his dues and he earned his stripes. From prospect all the way up to national P. All the copycat creators and the content stealers and haters, there have been many, but there's only one left. And like Michael with the cowboy hat, the nose kung fu and says kick Kenny. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe and get updated Biker News with MC Protocol.
Well, alrighty then. Alrighty then. Hey, man. I'm Black Dragon, and welcome to Black Dragon Biker TV, Black Dragon Biker News Network. Biker News you can use. Biker News you can trust, man. Thank you all for being here. Morning. How are you?
Great morning. Great morning.
Good to see you, man. It's good to see you. Dr. Turner, your face you look like a chipmunk, man.
Yeah, no. They said the swelling will go down. Really, they said the swelling is will get worse after the first day and then start to go down.
Oh my God, it's going to get worse before it gets better?
Yeah, that's what they said.
So I had all my wisdom taken out when I was in the Navy. Almost 50 years ago. Man.
Yeah. You know, one thing I can't stand when you go to doctors, especially when this happened, just the dentist said that, normally people get them taken out when they were 22, 25. I said, well, I'm not 22, I'm not 25. So are we going to do this or not? Why are we going to talk about normal men?
Wow. You went at him hard like that? Ouch.
I did. I mean, but I've been putting it off for a long time. It just started. They just started hurting. I mean, having hurt. And that was my thing. I said, they don't hurt. They don't bother me. Leave them alone. I might be the guy that lives my whole life with all my teeth. Well, I guess not.
That didn't happen. I guess that didn't happen for you. Well, hey, I'm glad you had insurance. Some people can't get their teeth taken care of, man.
Look, man, I don't know what kind of medication they gave me. That guy put that IV in, and then they put the thing in your mouth, and I was about to take it out because I thought I was going to choke. Next thing I know, they waking me up.
Oh, you got the good stuff. You
Yeah,
got the good stuff. Hey,
yeah.
Ryan Davidson, have I got a chance to do the Audible book yet? No. Last night, though, I did get started on it. It's going to take 2 or 3 weeks to do it, but I did get started on it last night. So, yeah, I was just testing my voice for speaking on the book, and you know how you got to speak on the book. Good morning, everybody. So, I wanted to show you guys. Where do I have it? Wanted to show you guys this picture. I just got to figure out where it is. Hold on here. I thought that I had queued it up. What's going on with my mouse here? Okay, here we go. That's much better. Rumpa-pum-pum. Here we go. So I wanted to show you guys this picture from yesterday. This picture from yesterday indicates the cooling we've had on the biker set here, down here in these here parts in Atlanta. And this goes to show the kind of cooling that we've had. So here we have a thing called the round robin. As those of you who might have seen this yesterday, watched the show yesterday, know that in Atlanta, the motorcycle clubs, the clubhouses that own the clubs, the clubs that own the clubhouses that were able to get their shit together and get on this list. And that's not every club that's here, but these are the ones that were able to get on the list. Every club will go to this clubhouse on this day and go party there. And it's called the round robin. And you can get if you have a clubhouse, you can get your clubhouse on it. I wanted to get the Dragon's Lair on it. And but you got to get your shit together and get there on time and turn in everything, whatever it is that they require. And so this violence that happened last week happened at the at a club's round robin. And so this is the next week. Remember what we saw after the shoot up in New Mexico that happened at that rally, the big rally out there in New Mexico. That rally then shut down, and all the rallies around it shut down.
I remember.
And so what we have right here is the International Riders Round Robin. International Riders MC Round Robin is canceled for this coming weekend. And so I've heard that all over the set in Atlanta, things have gotten really kind of spooky as people are not wanting to be where some of this, the violence that's expected to occur. So we have found out that there are 2 1%er motorcycle clubs, and there are two big 1%er clubs that were at a truce. They've been at a truce for just about 15 months. Just about 15 months. There have been no men on the Black Biker set in the 1%er crews who have died needlessly as a result of violence between these clubs for 15 months, bro. 15 months. Maybe it's 13, maybe it's 17, but a number that sticks in my head is something close to 15 months. And so there is a fear now. There's a fear now that there's going to be mega violence because in this shootout, although the police haven't named the clubs yet and they haven't released those names to the media, everybody on the street knows who the clubs are, and the police know who the clubs are, and the police are dedicated to finding out. They're on the mission to find out who did this thing, and there are rumors swirling all through the streets. Folks have been detained. Folks have been have had their belongings taken, their electronics taken. Folks are are looking up, folks. The folks are out there heavy on the business, and we've had an opportunity to talk to some of them off the record, and we've reached out to invite them onto Black Dragon Biker TV, Biker News Network yesterday, and I was told I'd be getting an answer by end of day yesterday, and hopefully I get an answer today, and maybe we can get some of those responsible for enforcing the law enforcement community, to come on and talk about as much as they can regarding the case. But there was another thing that overwhelmingly they told me, is that their priority in this thing, and if you can believe this from the police, right? But their priority in this thing is that they want to stop a war from occurring. One side lost more than the other side. The casualties on one side are greater than the casualties on the other side. And so, in this culture, that means get back sort of thing, Logic. That's simply what that means, that everybody is afraid that there's going to be a get back. And they're also afraid that it's going to escalate beyond Georgia, and maybe escalate beyond the two clubs. Whereas you may see other outlaw clubs begin to take sides, or maybe you even see it cross the borders between black and white as allies align. This thing could be hideously ugly. It could be the beginning of something horrible. It could be.
So it's good that there's preventive measures being taken. Yeah.
Yes. So that's what I wanted to let everybody know, is that we have been in touch with folks that are at the top of this. And there is a overwhelming desire from them to put a stop to this thing. The quote was, "It is absolutely being worked on." Folks are talking, and talking is the beginning. Folks are going to talk. Somebody said 50 years ago, you in the Navy at 10 years old, Black Dragon. Yes, I was in the Navy at 10 years old.
I saw that.
It is very, very important and very hopeful to know that the diamonds are talking. I really hope that's what's going on.
I say this, and don't mean to bring church in, but I say this. There's, in that story you had told, we talked about a couple of days ago, with the 7 years of plenty and 7 years of not. When I told the church, even in the 7 years of not, when there's not much rain, you'll still have high points. Vice versa. When there's 7 years of plenty, when things are going good, you'll still have some of them dips, even in peace. And we're trying to continue to have with the 1%ers. Even in a peace, you'll have those dips. But what is the driving force? What's the main driving force to maintain the peace? Don't allow these dips here. We're still talking personalities. We're still talking history of, I didn't like you. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have those dips. And you're talking about 1%er clubs that are large. If it was 10 people here, 10 people there, hey man, y'all sit your butts down here. But when you got X amount on this side, X amount on that side, you'll have those dips and divots. And some of them say, well, I don't care what the management say. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm not saying that was the case, but you have
those. Yeah. You have those folks, and they're nothing but trouble. Keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. But that's what I'm saying. And what you, I didn't know if you wanted me to read this now. When you capitalizing on.
So because of your influence in the community, and I want to tell you this, I did not know you were a doctor when I first asked you to come on the show. I did not know all these things about you. I've come to learn. I am so excited and impressed and just giggly that we have a doctor on our show. Damn it! We're in the big leagues now. We're swinging toward the big fences, my bro. We got a doctor on the show. You can't tell us nothing. You can't tell me nothing.
He can't tell you nothing.
No, because between myself and my viewers, we know everything. But between myself and my viewers and our on-staff doctor,
On-staff doctor,
man, do not play with us on this channel here. No, we're not to be played with. Music, please.
I remember this.
okay.
Yeah, because we can play music to that. But go ahead.
Okay.
In your role in the community, these folks talk to you and stuff like that, and you put out a prayer the other day for the families and the people involved in this.
It was more of a I pray all the time, but it was more of a message from the pastor, and that's what they're used to around here in the Metroplex. And it's not long, so let me read it to y'all. It says from Pastor Logic and God's Warriors Motorcycle Ministry. Everybody don't know that I am the president of God's Warriors Motorcycle Ministry, and that says to all my brothers out there, we lost 2 souls recently, 2 lives cut short, and no matter what side you're on, we all know that pain hits different when the streets get quiet and the sirens fail. I'm not here to choose sides. I'm here to speak truth and protect life. I'm asking both sides, as a man, as a brother, and as a pastor, don't let pride write another obituary. Don't let hurt become hate and hate become another mother's, wife, or child crying in the night. We're better than this. I know there's real pain, real history, real tension, but there is also real power when men sit down and say enough. There's real power when we build instead of break, when we fight for the living instead of dying to prove a point that don't bring anybody back. I'm here. My ministry is here. If y'all want to talk, we'll make space for peace. Safe, no judgment, no agenda. Just men being men before God and before the grave calls another name. Peace is strength, respect is earned, and love, it's the only thing that truly heals. I am Logic. And that's how I sign all my. So I always get response, and this one response that I got, since we're not saying the size, what size they are, I'm gonna read to him. This is from one of the OMCs. He says, I can say this is real. I'll do my part with power or influence that I have to attempt to help put an end to this frivolous, non-meaningful shit. That's what he says. And he is a lifer in one of the OMC.
What did he say? Say that last part again.
The last part?
Don't let Lavish.
Oh, because I said shit.
Don't make Lavish. Don't let Lavish do this. Don't let Lavish bring you down, man.
I didn't hear it, man.
Listen, I wasn't always a pastor.
Yeah, I didn't hear it. That's why I said
Lavish heard you, man. He didn't hear anything but that.
Sometimes
he heard everything but that.
Sometimes you don't dull a quoted message.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to dull it. You know, you don't hear me cussing all the time. So I ain't worried about Lavish. But that's the message. So yeah, whatever influence somebody can have, Black Dragon, Lavish, you got connections. Y'all got connections. You know, instead of pulling in the news, and we really want the peace to continue, even though you have this divots. Try to bring people together. Hey, you want me to sit, Black Dragon, you sit down, you talk to people about protocol all the time, but let's sit down and talk about men. Let's sit down and talk about how we can maintain the peace. I know y'all peed off. I know y'all want retribution, but are we going to keep killing young people? The ages that was out there, those young men were younger than my youngest son.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my youngest son was 27. Those guys were 25. So, hey.
I almost died at 28. I was shot at 28 and almost died. And when I think of the 40 something years I've had since then, or the almost 40 years. So I'm 62. So however, whatever the math is on that. When I think of all of that, I'm glad I was able to live. Black Dragon, I have a doctorate in theology, if that counts. Now you have 2 doctors on here. Yes,
There you go.
Callie.
There you go.
That
There you
counts.
go. That's what's up.
The only biker show with the doctors in the house. I'm just saying. And we're getting ready to have a funeral director. Yeah, we got the big education over here. A congressman, or rather a councilman, we got it all. City hall, man. All I know is when I come to Detroit, I better not get no damn parking tickets. That's all I know.
Nah, you go to Detroit, get a parking ticket. You better pay your ticket, or he'll turn from not councilman, from what is that? Commissioner to tow truck driver.
Tow truck driver.
Right.
Just came from the West Coast to Atlanta. Out west, there's a lot of love on the black set, even when there isn't total peace. Why can't it be the same on the East? The East Coast biking, if you're from the West Coast and you get out here, you're looking at this shit like it is crazy. You find it hard to understand. I can tell you that, as I started off a West Coast biker coming from the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club, born in San Diego, California in 1972, launched in 1974. Spending my learning MCs in California as I came east, especially as I was building the Black Sabbath and bringing it across the country to the East Coast. When you get over here, especially in the Dirty South, and you see the violence and stuff on the set between clubs and 1%er factions, and you really, if you're on the black biker set in California, where I grew up. Now, I don't know if it's still there. I haven't really been biking in California in 25 years.
You ain't been biking in a long time.
Yeah, but still, if I stop biking right now, it would take you 60 years to catch up. But in any event, since I haven't been biking in California in so long, I don't know if it's still like that or not, but it was one big kind of kumbaya kind of thing. All the clubs got along. We were all friends with each other. There wasn't really, the big clubs out there hadn't put on the 1% diamonds yet. So there really wasn't that kind of this thing between them. Now those big clubs are wearing 1% diamonds, but when I was there, they weren't. And when I got out here, you're absolutely right. The set was so completely different, barbaric, hardcore. All of this, hey, brother man, we're both black. Can I start my club? That wasn't going down like that. And that's when I really had to focus in on and learn MC protocol. You didn't really have to know it out there in California at the time. You didn't have to know it. Everything was already done for us. It had already been taken care of by the older guys. All you had to do was put on your colors and ride around. The clubs were already made. Everything was already built. All the relationships were already had. You didn't have anything you had to do. But coming east, different story, man. Trying to get into Florida, different story. South Carolina, different story. Louisiana, different story, especially in the South. But and then the various different clubs and the different sections, and there wasn't always a black set. Sometimes where I was opening up chapters, the local dominant was a white club, and you had to deal with white diamonds and walk in there, and these guys are wearing SS tattoos and stuff, and you're trying to wonder, well, what the hell is this all about? I'm supposed to ask this guy with SS stickers on his vest, can I start my mixed race black motorcycle club? But hey, once you started to learn MC protocol and learn what all of those things meant and what they were all about, you become strong and able to move and matriculate throughout the sets. And it's really not that hard, but it is absolutely a learning curve and definitely can be a shockwave. Somebody asked a question a little bit earlier about getting a diamond. What is the right way to get a diamond? Let me try to find that.
Right way to get a diamond, as in
Yeah,
become an outlaw.
to become an outlaw motorcycle club. And Hardwire One Percenter
Be an outlaw.
told him exactly. I agreed wholeheartedly with Hardwire's take on it. But let me see. I was trying to find it because I told him I would address it here. Is this it here? Let's see.
Is it Hardwire?
He asked it up here. Good morning, big brother. I have a question for you about the MC set and the 1%er laws regarding acquiring a diamond. And Hardwire 1%er said it right here, which is exactly how you'll find it in my book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. And he said the only proper way to get a diamond for your club is to earn it from another diamond club. So I agree with that. And you'll find that in this book where we talk about it. And then he was talking about some problems he had because his diamond was given to him by one club and another club didn't like it. And I've seen this before when it comes to blessings. So a lot of people don't know that, a lot of people think that only 99% clubs deal with blessings and things like that. But 1%er clubs, especially new ones, do that. They deal with that too. And they also deal with traveling, same issues that we deal with. And they also deal with things when they come into a new area. I mean, you can always blow in with your chest big and telling people nobody tells you what to do, but that brings consequences. And if you don't have big numbers, there's other ways to do it, like sitting at a table somewhere. So these are the things that some of those guys go through. And I have seen it where a motorcycle club will get a blessing, like a black club might get a blessing from a white club. And then you move into an area where there are black dominants and they're not trying to recognize that blessing because it didn't come from them. So I imagine the same thing can come from diamonds, and that might be what you're going through. And this is something that just has to be worked out and just keep at it, bro. Keep at it because that can be a screwed up situation, but it's a situation I've been in, not particularly with a diamond, but certainly very similar. And you just have to continue the dialogue, and sooner or later it'll work itself out.
Can I ask a question? Now, this is just from my education throughout the years, that there is a difference between just being an OMC or outlaw motorcycle club and or having a diamond on your vest. You don't necessarily have to have the diamond designation to be considered an outlaw motorcycle club. Am I correct in thinking that?
Absolutely, that's correct. And we go into that entire explanation and history right here in this book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, where we talk about the differences between outlaw motorcycle clubs, what the ATF and law enforcement terms outlaw motorcycle gangs. We talk about the difference between diamonds. There are various kinds of diamonds you can have, with the 1%er diamond being considered by most the top diamond. But there are many diamonds, 13s, and all kinds of various diamonds that you can have. There's even some clubs out there with 99% diamonds. And so we talk about that and explain what all that means. There's a 0% diamond out there. There's all kinds of things that go on with the diamond, but typically the diamond would indicate an outlaw club, but on a different level than necessarily an outlaw club that doesn't have a diamond. And then when we talk about the differences in outlaws, we have to talk about the history of outlaw motorcycle clubs and how they developed, and the difference between an outlaw motorcycle club that was outlawed, particularly maybe to say the AMA, which is a different kind of idea than an outlaw motorcycle club that is considered more of a 1%er type club, and where all that falls down and what all that means. But absolutely, and then when you think about it, technically, any club that isn't part of an AMA organization is a form of outlaw motorcycle club. And that would be all black motorcycle clubs all the way up until about 1960 75 or something when the AMA started taking black clubs. So there's a lot to the whole outlaw designation, and how it used to be is not necessarily how it's seen now. And so a lot of times you get some of the young guys in, and they don't understand what you're talking about when you say you're an outlaw or something like that. They don't
Right,
understand the
right,
history of it. So yeah,
right.
there's a lot to it.
Right. Yeah, because that was my. But I forgot who asked that question, and that they're trying to get a diamond, and I'm in no place. Hear me now, everyone. I'm in no place to tell people what they need to do. But you have to look at that. Do we sometimes just want to be an outlaw instead of having a diamond, or is the diamond your destination? Is that
Well, I think in this guy's case, they got a diamond. If I'm reading the comments and I'm just skimming through them, but I think they got a diamond from one club. I think Banditos gave him a diamond, if I read that right, and then a black club in the area, because maybe this is a black or a mixed race club, and the black club doesn't want to recognize the diamond because they didn't get it from them.
Yeah, so that'd be up between those guys up there. Yeah,
that happens. So. Yeah, that can be one ugly little thing. But I say typically those things work themselves out if you stay at the table. OBJ says 100% true logic. Many so-called outlaws don't wear a diamond. I've seen Christian clubs with a diamond. So one of the famous ones is Christian MC down there in Texas. Christian MC wears a diamond, but Christian MC is not really particularly a Christian club. They're just...
Well, if you look at their websites and everything, I've seen these gentlemen. I mean, I've seen these gentlemen have prayer. I look at their patches. They have patches if you pray in public and things of that nature. I mean, and then I met
a motorcycle ministry.
No, they're not a motorcycle ministry.
They are. They're kind of like the Black Sabbath Motorcycle Club. We have a cross. We wear a cross, and Black Sabbath, 7 black men who rode on Sunday. I mean, it could be Black Christian MC. That doesn't make you a motorcycle ministry.
Right.
The people in your club worship God, and man, Knights of the Templar MC. I mean, that's not necessarily a motorcycle ministry. So I can see where those guys can wear a diamond, and you're a Christian MC, you can't have a diamond. You're a Christian MC, you can't have a diamond. Oh my God, give me a break, man. Learn some MC protocol. Thank you all for your advice. And yes, we received our diamond, and we respect all clubs and support everyone. I feel that we should be respected for having the diamond, not because who we received it from. Yeah, bro, you got, you got an issue. But I say this, and I've said this in many times. I've said this in my books. I say it in Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. No matter who you are in a motorcycle club, when you put a patch on, those back patches, eventually, sooner or later, you're going to be tested. Somebody's going to test you sooner or later, and you're going to have to stand to that test. And so I would imagine no matter who you get your diamond from, whether God himself puts it on you and floats down with his angels, at some point when they go back up to heaven, you're going to be tested. And whether or not you pass that test is going to be able to tell whether or not you keep that diamond on your chest. This is my thought on that, based on all the years I've been around this thing. There are 99% clubs that the feds have designated as OMC. There absolutely are. There absolutely are. That they have designated that, and I've seen them. Black Dragon and Lavish, what do you think of the groups that use the Diamond 13 to get around the 1% designation but still want the Diamond status? Well, I don't. Do you want to answer that first, Lavish? Do you have an idea on that?
I want to be honest with you, man. This is just my opinion. My opinion only. I don't really care what nobody else does or what they wear, man. I'd be too busy focused on what I got going on, man, with me and my crew and my circle. It don't really be having anything to do with me, man. I just look at them. Half of the cats, sometimes I laugh at them because some of these guys ain't built for what they rocking and represent, man. So, I don't really go deep into certain things of caring, because you got these guys, man, on the club level, they got their back. And so in numbers, you might be tough right now, man. But realistically, what they wearing, it don't bother me. I don't really care. It don't affect me. It don't intimidate me. So I don't focus on it. You know, they can wear 100% diamond patch, and I'm probably gonna look at it the same way as a 1%. I mean,
They have those too. They have those too, by the way.
Man,
I've seen those too.
look. You know, just because I want to know, just because I want to be informed. I have, for people that wanted to share, I've seen 3% patches and I didn't know what they were. So I asked. And if they wanted to share, they shared. I know the 1%, and I seen the 0% patch. I didn't know. So I asked. And they told me, informed me. This is just for my education, like Lavish though, but it has no grounds on who I am and how my motorcycle ministry moves. Because in our position, we got to be neutral, regardless. I can't. When I was coming through, and they said, "Well, Logic, you going through that OMC and your motorcycle ministry, you don't have to do that." But I felt I did. In order, why you have to learn protocol? Because if I'm gonna mix with the MCs on the set, I at least need to know what the rules are, you know. And you ain't gonna catch me at the Wheels of Souls. I see Wheels of Souls up there. You ain't gonna catch me at a Wheels of Souls event shaking their hands, and then don't catch me at a Chosen Few event. Why? Because now I'm showing partiality. Now I'm not neutral anymore.
I mean,
so I have to
it depends on what kind of parties they throw, man.
The day parties. No, only go to the day parties, eat their food, shake their hands, and go.
If one club got a whack party and they known for having whack parties, hey man, listen, I'm not going. I fellowship with you, but I'm here to party, and your party's a dud, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm going over here to the soul party, man, because you know they party is slapping, man. I seen the Atlanta party. I'm going over here to pop off and have fun. Now, I will come still patronize with you, but it's gonna be early because I got to go to that popping party that's on the other side of town, man.
Well, when I go, it's just to meet and greet and get them to understand who I am. And then after that, it's a respect for people that know. Here, what I do, you know, when I was taught Black Dragon about protocol, they say, "Hey, man, and this is when I actually learned this from around a bandito. When you see a 1%er and everything, and you know to get to know him, buy him a drink. Well, I don't drink like that, and I don't drink in public. So what I decided to do, for if Lavish Club comes to Dallas and they open up a new clubhouse, I meet the president, the VP, the sergeant at arms. I meet them. They open a new clubhouse. I greet them. I say, "Hey, when's y'all grand opening?" Because most of the time it's an open event. I go to the grand opening and I bring 2 cases of beer. I don't drink, but I'm gonna buy the club a beer. And that's just because of what I was taught from an OMC. That's how I mingle. Then they be like, "Oh, okay."
I don't drink either, but I ain't buying you shit.
That's just me, though.
I'll buy you some water. Dragon, can we get a drink? Yeah, get us 2 bottles of water. That's how you gonna do us, Dragon. But back to that, I agree with you, preacher. That's that is the position you're in, and I recognize that you follow that and stuff. But to get back to this question here, what do you think of groups that use the Diamond 13 to get around the 1% designation, but still want the Diamond status?
Some people want to fit in with that Diamond. It makes them feel good, man. I guess, man.
So I don't agree particularly that a club is using a Diamond 13 to get around the 1% designation. If you know what a Diamond 13 means, it absolutely means you're an outlaw. And so you get the Diamond status because you got the Diamond on. So that someone that's got a Diamond 13 of any designation or a Diamond at all. I've seen Diamond 99s with 99%ers in them. If you got the balls to put that thing on your chest and it's got a diamond on it, then you're gonna have to stand on it, whether it's got M for marijuana or H, A, B, C, D, E, F, G in it. You got that diamond formed on your chest. you're going to have to stand behind that diamond. So if you want the diamond status, you're wearing a diamond, you're going to have the diamond status, you're going to have the diamond headaches as well. So I don't agree necessarily that someone's wearing a diamond 13 to get around the 1% designation, because diamond 13 doesn't mean 1%er. And that's not what its meaning is. So you only people that would not know the meaning of a 13 and a diamond would allow it to be replaced in their mind for a 1% status. Because that's not what it means, and that's not what it is. Although 1%ers wore diamond 13s before they became 1%ers, and you will still see many 1%ers with diamond 13s, especially in the Texas area and New Mexico and places like that in the Midwest. You'll see that a lot. That there's still two separate meanings for that. So I don't necessarily agree with the premise, but I will say this: if you got that diamond on, bro, you're gonna have to protect it or stand for it sooner or later. So that's my answer to that, Jay.
Protect that diamond as hard as Lavish protects his square, his
And,
light.
and like Lavish says, a lot of people out there are wearing stuff that they. A lot of people out there wearing stuff that they're probably not about that life anyway. But we get to see who they are in times of seeing. Let's see, what else did we have up there? Someone was asking. We got a lot of questions out there. Somebody in Texas is shouting us up, man, real hard. Is that they talking to you? Is that your people out there in Texas?
Who's that?
Somebody by the name of Wheels of Soul Texas.
Well, they were spamming us of whoever that was a lot, and then they could have had their hand on the inner sign. I've done that before.
Absolutely. Vegas Lawn, I'm not doing that, bro. Vegas Lawn, what's the filthy few patch represent? I ain't, boy. I don't play with me this morning. I had hit up some red rum at a bar about stacked diamonds. They swore they weren't 1%ers or outlaws. My diamonds are stacked, but we're 1%ers. So red rum wears an interesting diamond 13 and a half diamond that they wear, and it is it's not they don't claim to be outlaws or anything with that diamond. That diamond is the indigenous Red Rum Motorcycle Club is a First Nations MC, and their diamond therefore is a representation of the indigenous take of the justice system, and that's why it's a 13 and a half diamond. And if I remember it right, I wrote about it in my book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. I wrote about their diamond specifically based on an interview that their founder, Cliff, did on YouTube. And if I remember right, it is the indigenous view of the legal system where you have 13 people who judge you. That's the 13 and the diamond. And you have a 50% chance of being indicted or being found guilty, and a 50% chance of being found innocent. But being a brown person or a poor person, it's more likely, or a red person, it's more likely that you're going to wind up being found guilty. So that diamond is a representation of them to never put themselves in a place where they have to depend on that jury to find them innocent, to keep themselves free of anything that would put them in a position where they have to face the justice system, which is very unfair. So that's unique to them in that diamond. But they do also state, Cliff, their founder, also states, however, putting a diamond on you is a move that you may have to stand behind whenever you put a diamond on anything. So he does announce that. So whereas they're not claiming they're outlaws, they absolutely claim that they stand by that diamond. One thing I can say about Lavish, he knows how to move in Detroit and out of state, or set in Detroit, is unique and complicated, as I'm sure it is in other areas. Jeffrey says you know how to move. I don't know, man. Does Lavish know how to move in Detroit?
Hey, man, listen, man. Lavish knows what Lavish has to do, man, and I've been I've been good thus far, man. Just being myself. That's it.
Calvin says, not trying to call out Red Rum, but those Diamond 13 and they're 13 and a half, not 13 and a quarters. But those Diamond 13s and a half are not okay.
Aren't they originally from Canada?
I don't know.
I thought I think I saw the same interview you saw, and I thought I may be completely wrong. They were originally from Canada, but maybe not.
I don't know that. I don't know that much in depth. I'm supposed to have their national here for an interview, and hopefully that'll happen this year. But that Diamond 13 and a half might not be okay, but they wear it, so they're ready to wear it, and they're ready for all it brings. I'm sure. Diamonds are earned, not bought. Nowadays, they're bought, and you can tell when the situation pops up, and that's a terrible time to find out your brother is weak. I've taken the diamond off my vest, I guess as a result, says Willie Will. Thank you for the education. I've always heard it was judged by 12 and sentenced by 1 jury and judge. Maybe, yeah, for some of those people, but for Red Rums, that's what their founder said it stood for precisely in an interview that I saw. Nowadays, the number 13 in general has a whole new meaning in today's time, ideally associated with murder. M13 is the letter of the alphabet. Also, marijuana and other things the M is known for, and murder as well. Lavish is a real brother, and I respect him for. I was a Detroit Soul Devil for many, many years, and I moved to Minnesota, and they didn't want to locate out here. Oh wow, man, we had a
Devil, Soul Boogies.
Is that's a cry y'all have out there?
No, it's not no cry. We don't do no crying, baby.
That's a cry. That's a war cry, whatever y'all want to call it.
Oh man.
Chatting with Stacks wants me to shout out his show. Shout out him out there in the show. You guys got to check out chatting with Stacks here on YouTube.
Say that 10 times fast.
Chatting with Stacks show. It's a good show. I am one of the big four, so I don't get a lot of protocol issues, but I get a lot of club beefs, and it brings piles of issues of its own. Yeah, if you're one of the big four, Hardwire, and not if, but yeah, being one of the big four, yeah, welcome to the big leagues. SHIT or get off the pot, says Jeffrey. Hey, Black Dragon says Motogato. ABA Marines were served with the first brain division as a time and number 1 on it. They're gonna give them for that. Huh? We're served with the first brain division. I think you need to rewrite that. Can a motorcycle ministry be a support club for 1% motorcycle club? Says Mount Calvary Independent Free Will Baptist Church. Absolutely, they can. And we saw that in a story that Lavish and I did a month ago, where a higher calling motorcycle club out of up north up there. I think the Washington area. They are a support club for the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, and unfortunately, they got attacked by FSU. And after they got attacked by FSU, the Outlaws came to save them. They were shot at by a woman who was married to one of those guys in the FSU club, and she was killed by Aaron Karp. And he recently had to take a plea deal, which was 5 years. He served in prison for coming to the rescue of their support motorcycle ministry, MC. So yeah, it does happen. Absolutely.
But in my stance on that, I mean, they did what they had to do. When I was going through my period, I was asked, are you going to put a support patch on it? And I just looked at him. I was going to tell him no. I just looked at him. I said, do I need to? He said, well, since you're a church, I guess you don't need to. I said, okay, how can I maintain neutrality if I'm a support of one individual club? Now, this is my opinion. This is why we don't wear a support patch.
Yeah.
You support. You gotta wear a support patch. You gotta wear.
Don't do it.
Motorcycle club has to wear a support
No,
patch.
no,
All right, never mind, Black Dragon. I
Lavish is messing with
was
you.
about to say something, but
Lavish is messing with you, man. You got to
What is
understand when Lavish is acting out.
What was he gonna say? What was he gonna say?
I'm just saying, man. I mean, never mind, man. Never mind.
Don't let Lavish, man. He been messing with me
Oh,
for
I ain't worried about Lavish.
long.
Lavish gonna
I'm just
No,
saying,
just
man.
bring it. Just bring
Shout
it.
out to Midwest Prince, man.
Mhm.
Shout out to Midwest Prince in the comments, man.
So let's see. My club is indigenous in Chicano. At its founding, we started in the 60s. I call BS. What do you call BS to? We have to go scroll back up and see what he calls BS to. I never heard of motorcycle ministry doing that. That is interesting. I'm not sure. These guys are talking to each other, so I won't get into that. I'll let them talk to each other.
I think he was
Same
talking
problem.
about
What's on?
your answer about motorcycle ministry wearing the support patch.
So title is, will 1%ers allow peace? Doesn't this project the argument motorcycle clubs are motorcycle gangs and not clubs? Is this not what gangs do? Kill members of the rival organization? Oh, Insane Throttle is on one this morning. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, James. Doesn't this project the argument motorcycle clubs are motorcycle gangs? I never made that argument. But there are motorcycle gangs out there. Are you really acting like there ain't? So
I don't know anything about it.
Miscast DC and the Perfect Lobo and used him as Aquaman. Okay, I don't know what that is. Midwest Prince Lavish never have parking issues when he pulls up in the tow truck at a club, just parks in the middle of the street or tow a car out of the spot he wants.
What?
I don't have no problems when I pull up, and I will jump out in the middle of the street, man, with my truck. Who gonna tow me? Who gonna tow me?
I've never seen a tow truck be towed. Good morning, you guys who don't know.
I have.
Insane Throttle.
Yeah,
Make sure to get over there and check Hollywood out on Insane Throttle. And we have a show that we do Sunday nights called The Biker Angle, which is a throwback to his first motorcycle show, which was The Biker Angle, always conducting the news and looking at it from the biker's angle. So we do that show now on Sunday nights at 9 Eastern and 8 Western or Midwest, Central, whatever that Chicago time is. So make sure to check us out Sunday nights on our members only chat. So you guys need to become members to check that out. And man, you guys really, that show is doing good. I said, how the 1st Marine Division, are they going to give them beef about that? No, the 1% Diamond was designed after the 1st Marine Division's Diamond. And if you look at the diamonds, they look very much the same. And so, no, nobody should be giving a Marine from is it the 1st Marine Division? I forget which division it is that wears that 1% diamond, but the 1% diamond that we saw, the first one ever designed, was designed after the 1% diamond that the Marines wore. And that history is also in my book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, that you can get on Amazon and Kindle and at blackdragonsgear.com. The whole history of the diamond is there. It's a blue diamond with one in the middle surrounded by stars and reads Guadalcanal, 1st Marine Division is what he's talking about. Yes. I do know what he's talking about, and no, you're not going to get any shit, or you shouldn't get any shit if you're wearing that diamond as a Marine. They had it long before any motorcycle clubs did.
Now, I read an article, man, and I don't know if you was up on it, man, that it was an incident with a Marine a few years back, a Marine biker that had a diamond patch on. I can't really remember the whole story, but he had a confrontation with a biker. I can't remember the whole story thing, but it was about that, about a diamond, man. And the Marine, they got their diamond, and then you had the bikers. I don't know the story, but when you just said that, it just clicked in my head, and I went back into my lavish deck, and I remembered something like that occurring.
His lavish deck.
But he's right. And if that happened, it happened, or because that happened from an ignorant person that didn't know the history of the diamonds. And there are a lot of diamond wearers out there that don't know the history of the damn diamond. So a retarded somebody would walk up to you talking that noise, and you might have to deal with them because they don't know the history of what the hell they're wearing on their chest. It wouldn't be the first time. It absolutely wouldn't be the first time. But just so everybody knows, the first Marines had diamonds before motorcycle clubs had them. And that first Marine diamond is not a motorcycle club diamond. It's the first Marine Corps diamond. So maybe they're teaching that now. If not, you can learn it in my book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. Available on Amazon Kindle and at blackdragonsgear.com. Yeah! So did you guys see this story? This story is kind of crazy here. I don't know if you heard this or not, but Elon Musk supposedly said goodbye to the administration, to the Trump administration yesterday, maybe. Hardwire's promoting his show. Anyone that don't know, check out my show. It's just a chill stream, hitting it hard with Hardwire on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern. So make sure to go check out Hardwire 1%er.
Hey, check that out, Black Dragon. That's what it looks like. Right before you go to your next story.
Yeah. That's one of them.
That's one of them? Okay.
Yeah. That's one of them. There's a couple iterations of this that are out there. Original Diamond 13 was for the original 13 clubs in the Southern California racing scene back in the 40s, I believe. Yes, Obi Joe, you're right. It was called the Southern California Outlaw Federation, I think is what it was called. And the original Diamond 13 was to celebrate 13 clubs that they awarded the original 13 trophies. And so that's where the 13 came from. And it was originally just a square patch before it became a diamond. And later on, it was a diamond. You'll see many pictures back then of those guys wearing just a diamond, just a 13 square white patch. And later on, it became a diamond 13. And so that original, that Southern California Outlaw Federation, I think is what it was called, broke away from the AMA. And this is what started the first idea of the outlaw. So we're talking more about what we were talking about earlier for you, Doctor Logic. We were talking about several different kinds of outlaws. So the original outlaws came from the Southern California Outlaw Federation, and you'll find that in my book as well. And they or what set the standard, which would originally became outlaw motorcycle clubs. But this had nothing to do at the time with what we know outlaw motorcycle clubs as today, or as 1%ers. So there were several iterations of it. And the first started in the 30s with the break of motorcycle clubs trying to get away from the American Motorcyclist Associations, which started in the 20s. And so by the 30s, it was old, and all the young people wanted to get away from them. So a whole lot of stuff going there. Thank you, Joe. We absolutely understand that. But what I was telling you guys is I think that Musk announced that he was throttling back his time, and maybe he was no longer going to be with the Doge folks, and they announced that yesterday, and I thought that was really interesting. And then I found out kind of why in this story right here. This is an interesting story because it says here, Tesla's board opened a search to replace Elon Musk as the CEO. And damn, yeah, he better get back to his job right away.
I think it's too late for him.
You think so?
Yeah. When you have your top investor, people that don't get in the news, come out and say, you either need to get back to work or give up your position. He's already made up his mind where he's going to vote. And now this. And then when you have another one come out and say, it's not the fact that he is in Doge or he's going to leave Doge, people just don't like him. And that's hurting our brand.
Let's check this story out real quick and see what Claire O'Connor has to say. What's up, Claire?
EV maker BYD is not only Tesla's biggest competitor, it's outpacing Elon Musk's car company. China-based BYD topped the maker of the Model Y in revenue in 2024. On March 24th, the Chinese EV maker reported around $107 billion in revenue last year, beating Tesla for the first time. Tesla's 2024 revenue was about $98 billion. Now, BYD also exceeded Q4 earnings expectations, sending the stock to record highs. BYD's success comes as Tesla, once the undisputed EV leader, saw annual sales drop for the first time in more than a dozen years. And in Europe, the Tesla brand is struggling. Tesla sales fell 45% in January versus the same month last year. So why is BYD outpacing Tesla? Earlier this year, Tesla CEO Elon Musk said Chinese automakers are the world's most competitive car companies. And BYD is proving this to be true, with new EV sales rising 41% year over year. Now, BYD makes both all-electric and hybrid cars. Tesla only sells electric vehicles. Tesla is sold globally, but BYD has never been available in the United States due to tariffs aimed at protecting the U.S. auto industry. BYD faces challenges not just here in America. More than a dozen countries around the world have banned BYD products over national security concerns. But BYD remains in the spotlight. In mid-March, the company launched a new sedan that is set to take on Tesla's Model 3 for $16,000.
$16,000.
Yeah, buddy. And they cheap,
Stop playing with me.
The cost of that Model 3. And earlier in March, BYD rolled out a new charging system that can power up an EV battery in the same amount of time it takes to fill up a regular gas car tank.
5 minutes. Damn.
In just 5 minutes. That's twice the speed of Tesla's latest supercharger. The Chinese EV leader is also stepping up its self-driving features. BYD sent shockwaves in China's EV industry last month when it announced all cars would be getting its driver assistance technology called God's Eye. The technology uses cameras and radars and offers features like lane keeping and automated parking. Even the most affordable models under $10,000 will.
Okay, stop playing. This is why this man's job is in jeopardy. He's been out here effing around and not keeping up with the competition. Look at this shit.
Exactly.
As BYD expands, Tesla stands on shaky ground. From the stock's peak in mid-December to its lows in mid-March, the company's valuation has dropped by more than half. While shares are trying to bounce back, they're still well below previous levels, in part due to the political backlash against Elon Musk for heading the new Department of Government Efficiency in the Trump administration, as he looks to slash public sector jobs and reduce government services. And now protesting against Elon Musk has surged. The FBI now warning of escalating violence against Tesla cars and dealerships.
So I was like, I can't walk past the TV without seeing a Tesla on fire. And like, what's going on? Some people, it's like, listen, I just want to buy a product, but you don't have to burn it down. That's
and a druggie.
Musk held a surprise company all-hands meeting March 20th, telling employees not to sell their shares.
So what I'm saying is hang on to your stock.
Yeah, he is weird.
Ives, a loud advocate for Musk and Tesla, who often stresses positivity for Tesla's long-term outlook, is now changing his tune.
I'm really a brand Christ tornado, and I think for Musk, he needs to balance this in terms of being Tesla CEO and Doge. And I believe taking a step back from Doge is crucial to the name.
All of this backlash as growing calls from investors urging Elon Musk to step down as Tesla CEO. But Tesla stock is trying to rebound, and the company does have some good news this year. It will be launching its robotaxi service, a fully self-driving cyber cab.
Hell no.
Experts say this could give Tesla
Hell
a
no.
much-needed boost.
Hell no.
Meanwhile, BYD is
I'm not getting in that shit.
globally and topping its record-breaking vehicle sales last year. For Investors Business Daily, I'm Clara O'Connor.
No, I ain't getting in that, bro. No.
It ain't gonna work, bro.
No, I'm not getting in a completely driverless car. Y'all not driving me off.
I'm not getting in
somewhere.
The thing is, if I was to get in one, and I don't know, I heard the story, I read the story about the BYD, but if I was to get in one, it won't be a Tesla, and it has nothing with my political opinion. It has everything to do with Tesla's cars. If they run out of electricity, you can't get out. If you get in an accident, you can't get out. If it gets too cold, you can't get out. People have died in their cars because they could not get out. Yes, because they could not get out the car.
I don't believe you. I don't believe that.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yes, people have died in accidents of Tesla cars because they can't get out.
People trapped in Teslas and can't get out. Let's see what we have here. Damn, Arizona woman trapped in Tesla after battery dies.
Told you.
Wow, trapped inside Tesla after car battery dies. Woman locked out of charging Tesla. Infant stuck inside. Bro.
And Tesla's the only electric car that has this issue.
Scared to be trapped in a car? Tesla Motors. Person trapped in Tesla when battery dies. Friend burned to death, trapped in Tesla.
There you go.
I did not believe you. Damn. Terrified friends burned to death, trapped inside crashed Tesla after its electronic doors failed. Bro, I'm kicking out the windows. To hell with that.
Not if they're supposed to be bulletproof, you ain't kicking out nothing.
4 friends died in a burning Tesla after a crash broke the car's electronic door handles, it is claimed. A woman in her 20s. He said, people have died in Teslas. I said, no, they haven't. I don't believe you. Here it is. A woman in her 20s was the only survivor of a fiery October 24 crash after Rick Harper, a heroic Canada Post employee, smashed the window. See, there you go, right there. And the blazing Model Y he needed a metal pole. He didn't kick him out. 4 of her friends identified as a 25-year-old, a 29-year-old, his sister, 29, and some other couple of other friends died in that tragedy.
These and that's the reason why. You're gonna get in a cab. You can't get out.
I already knew I wasn't getting in there, but now
that's why you got to carry a certain kind of tool to go through the window, man.
That's true. That's true too. That is true too.
Driver,
but Lavish, your average person ain't gonna do that.
Keep it with me, man.
Your average person ain't gonna do that.
I'm getting one. If I get in that thing,
I just don't get inside a car that I can't get out of.
Man, all those people burned up in this thing. No, hell no. I don't believe it. Man, oh my gosh.
I wonder if you believe it now, sir.
Police said the car crashed into a guardrail. That's it. At a high speed along Lakeshore Boulevard. I thought they were supposed to have anti-crash technology. Investigators still determine the exact cause of the crash. Tesla boasts its safety first design, which makes them the safest car in the world. Maybe not. There is a manual override button in Tesla cars, but experts say the feature is not widely publicized. So you could have been in there with a override button and not even know you had it. It directs crash victims to pull away a panel in the door and then tug at a cable underneath, which will open the door. Man, how do you know behind a panel there's a way to get out of the car when you're sitting there
while you're in shock or in emergency or you're panicking? I'm gonna look for the little button behind a panel.
To be in my vet, man. I didn't know about the lever. I was sitting there waiting on somebody to come put some cables on the car. I'm sitting in the freaking car, and I'm like, dude, I can't get out the car, man. I ain't got no power. I can't open the door.
You can't roll the window down.
Can't roll the window down. I have no power. I'm sitting in the gas station in a Corvette. I can't let the top down. I'm sitting there, you know, and I'm calling my boy and I'm waiting on him. And then I call this other guy and he's like, well, I mean, did you hit the lever? And I'm like, man, I don't have a lever. I got a button, man. He like, no, you got a lever on the floor. And I looked and I was like, oh, I didn't know what that was for. It was on both sides, man. You hit it, the door open. Yeah, you don't be thinking about that kind of stuff. If you don't know it, you don't know that you're about to use it or need to use it.
Well, I tell you what, man. Now that I know that, somebody says we need to check out the
world's first 2000cc
the Great Wall motorcycle. This is it, the Great Wall motorcycle. Motogato says we need to
motorcycle.
Check this out, the Great Wall motorcycle.
From Great Wall Suo. In the motorcycle world, speed and passion always go hand in hand.
It just looks like a big ass Honda Goldwing.
And when the 8-cylinder motorcycle named Great Wall Suo was introduced, it undoubtedly added new vitality to this passionate world. This flagship motorcycle looks expensive at first glance.
Yeah.
With its excellent performance and high-end configurations, it completely competes with the Honda Goldwing and even...
No, you don't compete with the Honda Goldwing. Get the hell out of here. There's no competition with the Honda Goldwing. Who made this thing? In the motorcycle world, speed and passion go hand in hand, and when the 8-cylinder motorcycle named Great Wall Suo was introduced, it undoubtedly added new vitality to the passionate world. The flagship motorcycle looks expensive and competes with the Honda Goldwing and surpasses it in some ways. Boo! Where's my boo button? Didn't I have a boo button put on here? Here it is.
Well, man, you have to think somebody's going to make a motorcycle that can compete with the Goldwing.
They tried and tried and tried, and this looks like a damn Goldwing. They just copied the Goldwing with these little ass bags.
That's the battle between Harley and Indian. So you got that one and the Goldwing.
No, there's no battle between Harley and Indian. Indian did try to copy
in
Harley.
Styles, you know,
Indian
stole a lot of style from Harley.
Harley HD is nothing. HD.
The Great Wall Suo is equipped with a 2000cc 8-cylinder engine. Compared with the Honda Goldwing's 1833cc 6-cylinder engine, it has...
What's the difference? I'm sure this isn't 2000. It might be 1987 or something, you know.
Obvious advantages in terms of cylinder volume and number of cylinders. It means that the Great Wall Soul has a more powerful power output and faster acceleration, allowing riders to experience the thrill of speed while also feeling a greater power reserve. In addition, the Great Wall Soul also adopts an 8-speed DCT dual-clutch automatic transmission.
Here we are with another automatic transmission motorcycle. I guess the new kids have to have those. I want to shift gears.
Which provides smoother gear shifting and a better riding experience. It also performs well.
Do you see this thing has no storage capacity? You see that, don't you?
Those side panels are pretty deep, man.
Man, you can't put a damn bag in that side. Look at that. Don't have no
be
woman
surprised. And the only reason why I say that is because I seen a friend's Goldwing, and I thought the same thing. And they pulled out all kinds of things. I said, "When the next thing you do, pull out a couch out of that sucker." So
I'm telling you right now, there is no room in that saddlebag for a damn thing. And don't have a woman. You give her one saddlebag and half of the top.
We're really just looking at half of a picture because we don't know how deep that is. They got to make it a certain standard.
I'm looking at it. I can tell you it's not deep.
No, I think because you can look at the Goldwing saddlebag and say the same thing. Until I saw somebody pulling out of that.
Are really sad. They are.
Which not only has a clear display, but also has rich functions. Through this central controller, users can easily control vehicle information, navigation, music playback, etc., making the driving process more convenient and enjoyable.
It just looks like a big Goldwing. Get out of here.
It is also equipped with an 8155 automotive chip, which ensures the stable operation of the vehicle in various complex environments.
I want to ride one. Can you get these in America? Who sells the Great Wall Suo?
Probably not.
I mean, I just think it's almost like Black Dragon, like what my grandparents used to say, you know, don't worry about something else until you finish with what you already have. And don't worry about another motorcycle when you barely ride or you don't ride the motorcycle that you already have.
Oh boy,
that's insane.
There you go. Hey, Black Lavish. I was gonna say Black Lavish.
I am black.
Lavish. Lavish.
Yeah.
Why didn't you respond to me, man, last night on your show?
I did respond to you, didn't I?
No, you said I can't see you if you're on Facebook. I'll respond to you only if you're on YouTube. And I'm sitting there like, well, you ain't responding to me.
I put your comment up on the thing. I had to.
But no, you didn't respond to the question.
I cannot even recall the question.
You was talking to the ladies about their ride and where they wanted to go, and you said you haven't done the West Coast yet. I said, well, come ride with me.
Oh, I did see that.
Oh, I just realized something.
Oh.
This is
I'm gonna get out there, man. I'm ride out there, man. I'm definitely gonna come, man. I'm putting it together because I do want to make that ride.
In August, I'm doing Route 66. You can come halfway if you don't want to do the whole thing. I'll be up in Chicago in August. By August 5th, 4th. I'm leaving out of here August 4th.
Next level's 20th anniversary party.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I just realized something. This is a Chinese motorcycle.
We told you that.
I was thinking that it was a Japanese spinoff. There's no wonder. Okay, the Chinese have copied this and made
Motogato. Yeah, I'm doing Route 66 Motogato in August. Then I'm probably gonna do an end to end either on 20 coming back. Can't do 40 because I don't think 40 is the other end of 40 on North Carolina, South Carolina is rebuilt yet. So I might do an end to end on 20. And then yeah.
Well, guys, I think we've had a good show.
Yes, sir. My mouth hurt.
Not training Tesla owners to get out of a crash car is like training a fighter pilot for dogfights, but not showing them how to use the ejection seat. That should be part of the training. K. Wayne, think of any invention that wasn't to make something easier to do with. All tech promotes laziness. That's true. It does.
It do, man. Because listen, man, that rear view camera stuff, I used to didn't like it. But now if I'm in a car without a camera, I'm like, oh man, I gotta turn around, man. I gotta use my mirrors.
Hey, listen, I know everybody's got to get out of here, man. We had a good time this show.
Okay, I gotta show you my new toy.
All right, let's see what you got.
You're the one that put the message out. You had to get to your meeting.
Yeah, but the meeting's been going on for like last 10 minutes now.
360. That's the 360 GoPro.
Yeah, it's a new. I've been waiting for GoPro. I know everybody get the Insta 360, but I waited for the GoPro new one to come out.
They just came out with a new Insta 360. They got an X5 out.
Yeah.
How much is that thing in your hand? How much was that thing?
This was $400. No, pennies. Yeah. And then I have to have this right here because I'm short. This is the remote. So instead of reaching and hitting my camera, I can just press the remote and it'll start my cameras.
I'm not doing any. I can't keep up, man. It's just.
And let me tell you something that I found out. Look, at the ride last weekend.
Best thing ever, man.
But you can't ride with that.
You can't ride with that. You can put it up on there, but I wouldn't suggest it, man. But I do got a GoPro. I got the Hero 10.
I want one of those.
One of these DJIs? Yeah. Man, it's a bad mamma jamma, man. Yeah. I like it.
What does that one do?
Microphone. Testing 1, 2, 3. Black Dragon. Why haven't you rode your motorcycle?
If I start riding backwards for the next 10 years, you still won't catch up. Keep the mic up. Keep the mic up.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something funny. So I'm bragging about my remote to all the ladies, right? Last weekend. I'm like, yeah, I don't got to reach my camera, blah, 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 blah. So it worked. When we got on the road, it didn't work. And then when we stopped, it worked. I'm like, what the hell?
I had a chick tell me the same thing, but I told her, baby, it ain't me, it's you. You ain't making me work.
So
that's what you told
I got
her?
back and they said because because of my Cardo connected to my phone and my phone connected to the bike, the airwaves of Bluetooth was saturated. I said, what? I said, but I didn't have this connected to my bike. It didn't matter. And they actually mentioned my Cardo in the phone. So I would have to turn the Bluetooth off on my phone and my Cardo in order to use this while I'm riding. That's the most ridiculous thing in the world.
I've got that remote control that goes around your wrist thing.
Yeah.
For mine.
I need it because I almost wrecked going to North Carolina one time trying to reach my camera. And this guy on the side of me pulled over somebody and said like this, like, don't try it, dude. Just pull over. Because my camera looked like it was going to fall. And I was standing up trying to reach because my camera is in front of my windshield. And I couldn't reach it. I'm stretching. The guy pulled on something and said, don't do it. Just don't do it. So I pulled over.
So Logic, that Digi 360 thing you have, you can't put it on a motorcycle?
You mean Lavish?
Lavish?
Oh, so I've seen people put it on moving vehicles. The head, because it's a gimbal. It has a gimbal head. And I guess I would figure for the speed, I wouldn't put it on the motorcycle just because. Yeah. I've seen people put it on moving vehicles, but they put it on the back of something where the wind doesn't necessarily, hit it and could possibly damage that head. And for the money that's spent on that little bitty camera, man, I wouldn't suggest it. I would suggest getting the action camera because that's just what it's made for.
How much do those cameras cost?
That I got the creator kit. It was just up under $700.
Boy, it costs money to do this thing, bro.
I mean, when the guy's selling the books for the cost that you're selling books for, man, you sell 3 or 4 books, and there you go. You got the camera. You just got to make sure they get the autograph book.
A little bit more.
Yeah, I can't sell 3 books and buy that camera. It ain't working that good.
But listen, I will say this. This camera that I have, that DJI Pocket Osmo 3, that camera is phenomenal, man. If I would have known about that camera before I bought my Sony FX3 and that camera was $4,000, I wouldn't have even bought it because I don't even take that my Sony camera out anymore. Because I can do everything and it's concealable and pocket sized than my Sony camera. I only use my Sony camera when I want to charge somebody a lot of money and they care about presentation. It's just for the presentation. Oh, I got this Sony camera, cinema camera, set it up for that.
But when you're working, you can do everything you need with that.
I can do everything with that. It got the microphone onto it. It's good.
All right, guys, I'm going to let you get to your meeting that you're now 20 minutes late for. I appreciate you.
The meeting's going on over there. I text them and told them I can't talk, so they just talking to themselves.
So, man, listen, guys, it's been good having you guys on the show today. We'll see you guys same bad time. I'm glad
you've been on here for an hour and 22 minutes, man. I got to get out of here, man. I ain't like y'all. I got work to do. Manual labor.
What you mean? I'm working.
I got manual labor work to do.
I'm working. Look. I'm working.
I don't have computer screens and monitors to do and all that other crap, man. I got real work to do. Black Dragon, if you got one of them SM7B microphones that you'd like to, send over my way, please feel free so that I can upgrade from my Procaster.
That's a nice microphone right there, man. That
I got this lavish. Get your
what you got?
Pod mic.
So I'm looking for
Rode Pod mic.
I'm looking for something because I'm about to build my in-house studio.
You want the SMB?
I need that SM. I need that SM7B, man.
You want the SM7B
right
there.
Doesn't it sound good?
You need an SM7B. You do sound good, but what you need is an SM7B.
That mic that Logic got, I would definitely use that for like a portable carry in my bag if I'm going somewhere. Microphone, it's it does the job. It does the job.
Yeah, you need the SM7B, and you need the maybe a Rodecaster Pro 2. I don't know if they're coming out with the Pro 3 yet, but you need a Rodecaster, stuff like that.
Just came out.
No, it
Pro
didn't
2 is about
technically just came out. It's been out almost 2 years now. So
Yeah, 2
technology is
years.
kind of old. So I'm gonna wait to get the new one because I want to
And you
redo
need
my
this.
my home studio. I don't have one of those. What are those? What is
Well,
that?
they did come out with one that does video and audio too. I saw that right before I bought this.
You need the UltraGain Pro for your condenser, your line preamplifier, and then you'll need a
So what are you doing? What are you using that for? What are you using that for?
Well, I do a podcast as well. So for the richness and voice in the podcast, the audio podcast, you need to step up your microphone game. So once you put this microphone together, you need to step up your microphone game with these preamps, amplifiers, and
So
condensers.
it's nothing. It's like it's nothing. It's more like a cloud lifter.
No, this is way more than that. This is this is, first of all, this is vacuum tube, so it's got that beautiful sound. It's a microphone line preamplifier. So a cloud lifter is not quite a preamplifier. It's not quite a preamp. And then once you get that, you need your condenser, and your sound will be beautiful, my bro. It'll be beautiful.
Shit, look, pull up my page, Black Dragon. That's the new thing.
$1,100.
Yeah, video and sound.
Is that what they've done?
Oh yeah, so I seen that. I don't know what all it does, but I think that's supposed to have like the video feature, the switcher, and all that other stuff.
I've got all that right here.
Yeah, that's the ATM Mini.
The ATM Mini. It looks like they've combined the ATM Mini with. But I got this to go. That goes with my Rodecaster Pro 2. So that's what I got for just. This is just 300 something. I don't know what the hell
this
that is.
This right here. I was going to get this. I was going to get this instead of the Rodecaster.
You have more than one camera?
Huh? But that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I didn't. That's the only reason why I didn't get it, because I was going to set up have a 3-camera setup, like Lavish do. And that's what I went when we talked about it before. Lavish, I was talking about with the cameras I'm going to buy, but then since I didn't get the cameras, so I was like, well, I'm not.
See, and I need to downsize the size of my switcher. I bought the top of the line freaking switcher, not knowing stuff, being an internet reader. I bought the biggest shit, and no one uses that. Everyone that I know, they has an ATM Mini. So I have the stuff, So what I have is the stuff that the bigger media companies have. None of my friends could assist or help with me, so that kind of sucks. And when I do set up, I got this big box, this rolling VHR whatever thing. It's kind of dope, but it's not because it's big. But I can run audio and the video through it. I never do because I use my Rodecaster on my computer. I do want to get an ATM Mini Pro. Then you can record you can record everything switched already on there. But I don't have a lot of friends locally that's even into this tech stuff that I'm doing. Maybe have 4 of them that got their own setup, and we're not all using the same programs. You got the StreamYard people, you got the OSB people, and then you got the Ecamm people.
So Hardwire went the Mackie way, and I got a bunch of Mackie stuff, man. I got
Mackie. Is that the one that got that big board that kind of slants up a little bit?
I think that is that one. Let me look it up real quick. Yeah, he went Mackie. I didn't go that way, but Mackie has got some great stuff. Great stuff, man.
I'm like Hardwire. He barely uses half the stuff. I bought all this stuff, and then once you buy it, you figure out everything that you really need, the direct stuff that you need. Like
you gotta buy a bullshit board first. you gotta buy.
I tried not to do that.
Oh, he just got a regular Mackie mixer. Okay.
I'm not sure if this is what he has or not.
Yeah, because I'm buying one of those for my DJ equipment.
I don't see any video on here, so.
But that's just for audio.
Is this the one he's got?
If that's the one that he has.
Let me see if Mackie has a podcaster. Let's see here, podcaster board.
Hey, I'm laughing at Bud because my homeboy that actually worked for the news station, he's like, Lavish, what did you do? Why did you buy all of this stuff? And I told him, I said, I don't have any friends to tell me different. Yeah, that's the board. That board right there is the board I thought he was talking about. That board is sweet. It's kind of big, but it's kind of sweet.
Ooh, woo.
Let me show y'all,
boy. Look at that.
Let me show y'all what we use. And I was on my other podcast that we use for the church. This is I don't use this. I use this nice baby right here. Go ahead, bring that up back, Black Dragon.
Is it up?
No, that's the earboard or that. I have a ProSonus. That right there runs all mic.
For it?
No, we spent about. I have the upgraded one. We have ours was like 3,200.
That's what we do at the church, Lavish. They have that too.
Yeah, and I run. What I'm saying is, I got that because I run our church podcast through that. I don't use the Rodecaster.
I run the, is that better than the Rodecaster? It looks real nice.
Oh, yeah, man. That right there controls my sound, and then of course we have a vMix that controls our video and everything, and we pull all that through that.
Yeah, I heard of vMix. I think that's a little more than what
Yeah, for a regular like a podcast like this. I mean, unless you're doing extreme. Our vMix we use it for the church, but so since we have a church podcast, we use everything through the church's equipment. So,
how many cameras is the church running?
We only run 3.
Wow, that looks nice right there, man. $1,000.
It's a beauty.
$3,000.
That's 16. That's 16 channels, and then you can daisy chain it. You can buy another one
to more of them, and have several of these things.
Yeah, this thing you can program sounds and everything and play them back. I mean, through all that you can I can key in have a band come in and do a sound check and record their sound and record their levels. I have 10 bands come in, and then if whoever band is up there, Black Dragon's band, hit a button, boom, it'd be Black Dragon's band, his sound and all that. But yeah, that's what we got.
Well, listen, fellas, I got to get out of here, man. I gotta go make some money, man. So I want to catch
all right, man.
Vera said we were having a pissing contest.
Who got the best equipment, right? That's lavish.
Look like Logic got the best equipment because he got some technology that I don't even know how to work.
I go all out, Doc.
Yeah.
All right,
but blessings on all y'all.
My nephew would be the one to ask. He uses the DJ and went to school and all. Yeah, we might be asking your nephew for some help, man.
That's right. Hey, I'm out of here, Dragon. I gotta go.
Care. All right, take care, Lavish. And Logic, you take care too, man. We need
let me do my saying. Y'all ride hard, ride safe, and always ride on faith. Keep it
one more time. One more time. Yeah, one more time.
Everybody out there, ride hard, ride safe, and always ride on faith. And remember to keep it logical.
Yeah, I like that. That was all right. Yeah. Hey, I hope your mouth feels better and you heal up nicely. But you're looking good, man. Take care.
Thank you, sir. Peace.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I'm Black Dragon, man. It was so cool to have my new co-host on and stuff, doing our thing, man. Make sure to join the channel and get a channel subscription starting at $2.95 a month. You just hit the join button. You go to the page, Black Dragon Biker TV on YouTube. You hit the join button and choose your level of membership. We would be very happy if you could do that. Hey, the number one metric in all YouTube of whether a channel is doing well or not is the like button, share, and subscribe buttons. If you could do me a favor and just reach your hand up to your telephone and hit that like button, I would absolutely appreciate it and be thankful. Also, if you're going to go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you will know every time we go live or do anything, you'll know that we're doing that and you will receive a notification. Support the channel if you will. $BikerPrez is my Cash App. $BikerPrez, Prez, or my PayPal is JBunchII. We need you folks. Please support the channel. Find me at Twitter and which is now known as X at JBunchII. We'd absolutely appreciate that, man. And you guys take care. Black Dragon Biker TV can be found on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. So check us out on those places. And you can get my new books at blackdragonsgear.com. We podcast live The Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and iTunes. But if you don't have a home where you get your stuff, go to Spreaker to hear our podcast, because we make more money when you listen to us on Spreaker. If you need to call me, 404-692-0336, 404-692-0336, and you can email me at blackdragon@blacksabbathmc.com. Remember, Tuesday night is bike night here at the Dragon's Lair, 3393 Lawrenceville Highway, Tucker, Georgia, 30084, Building 2, down the hill, behind the furniture store, across from the public storage. One way in, one way out. So come on your best behavior. And also clarity.fm/black-dragon. If you need to make an appointment to talk to me, hit me up on Clarity. You can get a hold of Lavish T. Williams on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And of course, you can get hold of Reverend Logic at Keep It Logic on his YouTube channel. Hey, man, we absolutely appreciate you guys. Make sure to hang out with us and get my newest book, Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. Motorcycle Club Protocol 101, available on Amazon, Kindle, and get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Thanks for tuning in. That's my 2 cents. I'd love to hear your 2 cents in the comment section below. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing into the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.
If you are seeking clarity about issues stemming from problems or crises occurring within your motorcycle club, then set up a consultation with Black Dragon. Black Dragon has over 30 years of experience in the motorcycle club world, having served as a national president of the 50-year-old Black Sabbath MC Nation for nearly 10 years. Black Dragon is a veteran negotiator, skilled in crisis management, conflict resolution, inter-club issues, press conferences, and club reputation management. You can set up an appointment to speak with him by phone at clarity.fm/black-dragon. Get the clarity you deserve to help make your MC the best place it can possibly be.
It's definitely a big issue for you too. But I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute. What's up, Mama Ro? I'm going to talk about the 99s for a minute and what our responsibilities are and what we need to think about. Because if you don't really know what's going on the set, you can find yourself in kind of a precarious predicament if you make the wrong kind of moves or do the wrong kind of things when this kind of stuff goes. So, when officers get into a war with one another, what should 99%ers do? Here's 10 things you should know. Thing number 1, stay in your lane. Find a corner and put your motorcycle club in it. If you're a president, you want to find a corner and put
Yeah, you heard that, didn't you? On other levels, tried to tell you suckers, Black Dragon is the man. The Black Dragon is the man, a real OG, bonafide, certified, a true MC, the biker boys, the biker boys. It's in the house, most definitely. Blow the whistle for Black Dragon, Biker TV. That's right, I said Biker TV. See, one day, young Dragon made his way out the Navy to become a prospect. Some people thought he was crazy, but 5 years later, hard work became a habit. He became the president of the mighty Black Savage Nation. MCs, y'all, respectfully. Black Dragon, Black Savage, MC. That's right, y'all. Give it a thumbs up. Black Dragon Biker TV at its best. Oh yeah, and don't forget to get his prospect Bible book. So proud of him. Man, he just don't know. He's a real legend. And y'all know it, and I know it. That's right, Black Dragon. That's right. Glad I met you, my friend. Black Dragon, I'm the Midnight Ghost Rider. Dub V, y'all. Love you, Black Dragon. Peace. And get skinny. Like and share. Goodbye.